This is Driving Solutions, exclusively on CPTnews.com.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for tuning in to another edition of Driving Solutions right here at CPTnews.com. If you're looking for better ways to keep customers coming back and boost your bottom line, you'll want to hear how Affinitiv can make it happen on both the variable side of your business as well as the fixed ops side. Joining me now to share more about their solutions is Brian Wayne, who is the president of OEM Development at Affinitiv. Brian, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sure. So first and foremost, for some of those viewers that are not as familiar with Affinitiv as we are here at the show, tell us a little bit about Affinitiv.
Yeah, sure. So we are a single provider that can do everything from, we even have our own agency, but agency related as well as software from SLT for entire suite for services in the fixed ops direction, as well as equity products. But we also kind of drive everything, and that's kind of those are somewhat of the things that feed the engine, and the ultimate engine really is the marketing aspect of it, and that's being able to continue to target the customers in the right time, at the right moments, with solutions as far as reminders for when they need to be coming in for service, or even if it's just events going on at the store. So it's kind of a one-stop shop where everything talks off of the same platform. So it's a great opportunity for a retailer not to have to multi-vendor and have everything kind of in a single suite of services.
Right. And right now, with inventories kind of piling up behind every showroom, you've got every dealer's attention right now, because if you've built a better mousetrap, and it sounds like you have, right now that is the focal point for many dealers across the country. How, from your perspective, how has the customer experience changed over the last few years since COVID?
Yeah, for sure. Customers at this point really just kind of want to be met where they want to be met, right? And that's been somewhat of a little bit of a shift at the retailer level.
Yeah.
And how do we do that? So even things such as mobile service has been something of that matter, but really just the convenience for the customer. How easy can you make it for them to come in and engage with your store, whether that's the service or the sales process? So you can do everything from a full online purchase before you even pick up your vehicle, and even have your vehicle delivered to place of business or home address, so you never even set foot in the store. But in reality, I think we all want that engagement, because you want to introduce them to your brand at the store and experience what you can offer this customer kind of from a long term. So you don't want them just to get the product as much as you want them to engage with the store. And then after, of course, they buy the vehicle, how do you keep them coming back so they know to lean on your store, because you have the right people, the right technicians trained, they're the experts. And so we make that as easy as possible, educating the customer as well as continuing to remind them that they need to be there and engage with your store.
Yeah, for sure. Boy, if we thought that the customer was in charge prior to COVID, it really was accentuated right after COVID. How does Affinitiv identify and keep up with evolving customer expectations?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, we spend a lot of time and energy certainly looking at what impacts the customer the most. What engagement do they get, the best return out of? So we do that, and on top of that, it's really just finding a way for us to engage with the customer, because they're all different, right? Some like to be met, whether that's email. Some still enjoy going to their mailbox every day and getting their mail. So that's the best way that they want to be spoken to. But even with some of the OEs that we work with, you can engage through your head unit if it's time to set an appointment and things like that. So it's really finding what channel it is that customer needs to be engaged with, whether it's social media, which we do that as well.
Wow.
Or it's in the traditional methods, being able to reach them and remind them of whatever that may be, whether it's service or events going on at the store.
Yeah. From your perspective, how should dealers evaluate whether they're embracing the right tools, technologies, and processes during these times?
Well, I think a lot of it really, you can look at your bottom line or look in your store and see where the traffic is, right? Yeah. And that'll tell you a lot. I think, service departments more than anything else have really just been super busy, which is great. But the question is it efficient, right? I mean, you may have appointments that are pushing customers out for 2 weeks, hopefully those customers are still willing to wait and they're not finding, alternative motives to go in or places to go for business. But if that's not the case, can we make you more efficient so you can feed more of those customers through your shop?
Right.
Ultimately, that drives the bottom line, right? Or how do we go out and either retain your customers and get them to come back in for their next purchase, or go out and find those people who have never engaged with your store to come and check you out and maybe test drive a vehicle or, buy something.
That's right. That's right. If you can just add a little bit more to every RO written in a dealership, man, you're picking up tremendous amount of money at the end of the month, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And I in today's day and age, one of the things that's been so great is video and picture offerings as far as at least service work's concerned, because building trust at the customer level is paramount. And I can tell you that you need new brakes, but if I could actually show it to you,
right,
you're more likely to believe me.
That's right.
And be more likely to take action when you need to, as opposed to going, I know you're just trying to upsell me something. It's like, no, you really do need new brakes, and here's what I'm showing you.
That's right. Don't take my word for it. Look at the video. But
exactly.
So once they've identified the right tools, technologies, and processes, how should dealers go about implementing these things to ensure adoption by the teams that are going to be using them?
Sure. Training is huge. We spend a lot of time training and in a lot of cases retraining, because turnover is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times you're dealing with older school technicians who maybe don't embrace that, or really I just want to work on my car. I don't want to film a video. So being able to it's not a one size fits all. So you need to work with what you've got. And so that's kind of one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, is being able to go to a store and offer, multiple ways to get to the same end result, right? Okay, if we want to film videos and this person just isn't embracing it, how can we help you get that done, so that way you're still providing the customer that experience that they want and they're really going to engage with and appreciate with, right?
Yeah, no question about it. And now, especially out at NADA, I know that you're going to be there as well. I know so many dealers that are going because they're looking for solutions like this one that's going to help them drive their bottom line in 2025. There's different thoughts on how 2025 is going to come together. I think overall, I'm hearing that everyone thinks it's going to be a pretty good year, but the business is going to go to those dealers that are ready and that have the necessary tools to win that customer over and to keep that customer coming back, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're all fighting for the same pool of people who are out there driving vehicles, and what's going to set you apart. A lot of it can be product, but I can also buy that car at multiple different franchises in my metro area, if that's where I live. So it's going to be the experience and how you make it feel, whether that's at the time that I buy the vehicle or throughout that service process, or maybe it's onto the next vehicle that I buy. And that experience really does drive that behavior. You can see it time and time again. And, one of the statistics we all look at, and most of the OEs and so the dealers, is that first maintenance, because, the data shows if you can get that customer in for that first maintenance, they're more likely to come back, exponentially more likely to come back and continue their relationship with you long term. So it's really important to get out of the gate, with the right first step. So driving that behavior is something we work really hard on. And then after that, continuing to engage that customer through multiple different channels or different ways and experiences until you kind of hit on the one that really kind of enlightens the customer and gets them to come back into your store.
Yeah, for sure. There's two groups of individuals that really want today's dealer to be on the front end of this technology that's available, and that's the customer, obviously, that they're dealing with, and it's also the associates inside the store. I mean, a dealer today really has a responsibility to keep that technology front and center for both customers and their employees, right? In order to do the job right.
100%. I mean, it's, the beauty of the automotive, and you and I have talked about this before, is it's never the same thing every day. It's always changing. It's always evolving.
That's right.
This is no different, right? I mean, you and I can have this conversation 2 years from now, and there's going to be something new, great, different out there that we'll be talking about. But, where we sit today, it's making sure that you're providing that customer the experience that they want. And if that's using video or pictures or talking to them on social media, wherever it is that they're spending their time, those are the things that we need to do. And maybe as we transition into more of an EV-centric, focus out there, maybe it's going to be more mobile service. And I won't even come to your store for service. You're going to drive to me and do it in my driveway, because there will be no oil changes that need to take place. So the landscape will continue to evolve, and,
That's right.
we're just trying to make sure that we're helping the dealers be as prepared as possible for where the customer demands go.
That's great. That's great. And Affinitiv is going to be out at the NADA show. What are you most excited about this year?
It's always just a fun show to get out and see a lot of people that you don't have the ability to see unless you're going out to their stores, and so we love that, and just being able to kind of see all the other things that are out there. All the make meetings that go on and the new products, and everybody's talking about what they're excited about for 2025. So I think that's always fun to kick off the year that way, and we're looking forward to it.
That's right. And there's always a buzz around the Affinitiv booth. So be sure to catch Brian Wayne, President OEM Development for Affinitiv at the NADA show. These are the kinds of solutions that we want to be bringing you here at CBT News. Make sure that you put these guys on your short list of booths to visit, because they got a lot of phenomenal products that I know that you're going to really be interested in bringing into your store. So Brian, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. Very much appreciate it. Love to do a follow-up with you. And I think we're going to be seeing you also at the NADA CBT stage as well. So look forward to that.
Yeah. Can't get rid of me that easy, Jim. But I appreciate it. Thanks again.
All right, take care. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks for watching Driving Solutions, exclusively on CPTnews.com.